Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're just tuning in, my name is Gabriel Dorcas, the excellent spirited teacher. Okay, so this is my first time here, and in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make use of Excel. Okay, so Excel helps you to make the work very easy and smart, on time, and giving you the accurate results you always wanted. Okay, so two things I'm going to be teaching you guys. Number one, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use Excel to link two cells from different sheets together. And secondly, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create your multiplication table. How to create your multiplication table. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen now with you guys. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to be teaching you people how to link the cells from different sheets together. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen. Yeah. So this particular sheet is called the GSS3 sheet. This is my score sheet, my general GSS3 score sheet. Okay, so now I have all the subjects for my students in on this score sheet. So this is 1 to 20, all of them. Now I want to link this score sheet with um the term, like for each term. I have a score sheet for each term. So I want to link the score sheet for general score sheet. Okay. So now this is how we're gonna do this. Let's go back to the grades, the score sheet I named grades. So this is 1,000. AY has 1,000 as its total. And I want the same 1,000 to reflect on this particular space here. I want the same score sheet, that's the same score, to reflect on this particular space here, this cell, in a different sheet. Don't forget, in a different sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to come here. Click, make sure your cell is active. Make sure your cell is active. Then you click, you press equal sign. When you press your equal sign, you go back to the sheet where you have grades, that's this particular grades. Then you click on the cell you want to, the particular cell you want to move in. This particular cell you want to move in, you click on it. Okay, once you click on it, how do you know that you've clicked on it? You just see the borders dancing around. Okay, then you click on enter. So we have successfully linked grades, this cell, okay, and we've linked it with GSS3 cell, the one you have AY, the total, the one you have total. Okay, let's do for BG. So I click on the cell, I press equal sign. Don't forget, press your equal to first, your equal to sign first. Go back to grades and click on 705, then press enter. Okay, so I've successfully linked grades and the cell in grades and the GSS3 cell together. Okay, so the next one, the third one, I'm going to link it together. I press my equal sign, okay, and go back to grades and click on 792 and press enter. Okay, now let's do the fourth one. The fourth one, I make sure that my cell is active. I press equal to sign. I go back to the cell I want to link, the 444 cell. I click on it, I press enter. So I've successfully linked two cells, but in different sheets together. Now, let's see how it goes. Any change, the changes I make here, I make on this grade sheet will affect the GSS3 sheets. Okay, now watch this. Assuming the literature score for XW changed to 100. Okay, so his total score is now 504. Now watch the same total score. 504 has changed here. Okay. Now let's change the literature score for let's change the literature score for BG to 100 and press enter. and change the civic score to 102 and press enter. Now see the score is now 737. Now let's go to GSS 3 and check the score for BG. 737 has been implemented. So that's how to link two cells together, okay? And any activity you perform on the first cell will also reoccur in the other cell, in the other sheet, okay? So I believe you guys have understood that. Okay, now let's go to the next one I want to teach you guys. Okay, so I want to teach you how to create the multiplication table in Excel using Excel formula. It's very easy. So let me delete this. So just come here, write your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 12. I want to get my own to 12. I can also decide to get my own to 20, but I just want to stop at 12. Okay. Then coming down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Also, the same thing applies down. I just write it down. Now, how do I start implementing the multiplication table? I'm just going to use a formula. And what's that formula? Equals sign. Now, what's the cell reference of 1? So before I jump into what the cell reference of 1 is, I want you to understand something, and that is in Excel, there's something known as cell reference. Now, this one here, you're seeing this one, is known as B5 because that's the address of that particular cell. You don't say 1 times 1, no, you say the cell reference times the cell reference. So the cell reference of B of 1 is what? Is B5. So say B5 times, asterisk is the symbol for times. B5 times, the cell reference for this one, you click on it and it is A6. So I can just come here and write A6, A6. Okay, so that's the cell reference, 1 times 1, okay? But I'm not just going to write 1 times 1 like that. I'm not going to make my work easy by just writing 1 times 1. So there's something I'm going to do. I'm going to apply what is known as the mixed reference. So in Excel, there are 3 types of cell references. We have the relative cell reference, we have the absolute cell reference, and we have the mixed cell reference. So the mixed cell reference is a combination of the absolute cell reference and the relative cell reference. Okay, so the relative cell reference is just the usual one you guys know, summation, this, that, you get your answer, you duplicate to the other cell, that's relative. The cell changes, the cell addresses changes. Then the absolute cell reference is the one you lock with your dollar sign, you lock the column and you lock the row. Now the mixed cell reference is the one you can either choose to lock the column of one side and choose to lock the row of one side, just like what we're going to do now. So you can see B5. So we are going to choose to lock 5, which is our row with the dollar sign. Don't forget the dollar sign is used for locking your rows and your columns. So the A, use the dollar sign to lock the A. So once you're done, you press enter. Okay. So once you're done, you press enter. So now with this formula, I'm just going to use my autofill and fill in the other ones. So having done this, I'll come down here, fill in this side, 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 go to 5. I'm using my autofill, the tiny dot by the right-hand side of your cell. That is known as the autofill, the tiny dot by the right-hand side of your cell. So I'm going to come here, bring it down. I'm going to click on 8, bring it down. I'm going to click on 9, bring it down. I'm going to click on 10, bring it down with the tiny dots, the autofill, click on 11, bring it down, click on 12 and bring it down. Okay, so we are done. 12 times 12 is 144. We are done creating our multiplication table using Excel formula. So in Excel, there are 3 types of data. We have the labels, and that word for label is the text. then we have values, and that word for values is numbers, and then we have formulas. So what are formulas? Formulas are like instructions you give to Excel to carry out a calculation. So how did I make this? I just simply use this formula. What's the formula? B5 times A6. And I use my dollar sign at the back of the 5, and I use my dollar sign at the back of the A. Okay? Simply telling Excel, see, you can allow B to move freely, but you see 5, hey, 5, you go nowhere. 5, you remain there, don't go anywhere. Then for A6, you're telling Excel, you can, A, you go nowhere. That column A, don't move. Then the 6, the row 6, you can keep on duplicating. Okay, so that's what that formula means. So we have come to the end of today's class. So feel free, if you have any question, feel free to ask me any question you want to ask me. Okay, so I believe you've learned one or two things from today's teaching. Okay, so I still remain your favorite girl, the excellent spirited teacher. Okay, so subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and click on the notification button to get videos, to know when I have posted a new video. So I believe this video was helpful. Okay, if it was, you can give me a comment. You can place a comment in the comment section below. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Okay, so it's bye for now. So bye.